Hello everyone, back today with another video, just more footage of me just sorting things out, trying to organize the space. The main focus of this video is thinking about three things, which is around tidying, cleaning and organizing. So here goes. Apologies for the weird angle. The reason why I've set up the camera like this is because I don't know where my tripod is and I can't be bothered to find it. I thought I would just set up this kind of crane thing that I've got and I'll go from there. I want to tidy up this area, this little area. This has got a whole bunch of bamboo and stuff, and I'm pretty sure that there has been rats in the corner living it up, because there is a hole on the side of the wall there somewhere and I need to clear the space up to find that hole, and we need to block it up and do something. But before I do that, I just need to clean it up, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So while that's running, one of the issues I have with this space and just kind of tidying up spaces in general is that there's three things that I need to think about, which I mentioned at the start of the video: tidying, cleaning and organizing. When it comes to tidying and cleaning, not really a problem there. I think I'm okay at doing that. The issue for me and the challenge for me in this space and other spaces is thinking about how I can effectively organize the things that I need in there, or just the things that are in there. Cleaning, tidying is pretty straightforward. The organizing is what the issue is for me. Like if I wanted to put a new chest of drawers in there, or move the chest of drawers, or move the shelves, I'm really bad at kind of organizing a space so that it's effective for what the function of it is. So if I need this as a studio space, I need it to be functioning as a studio space. I need to think about where I'm going to put certain equipment or materials and storage spaces, and where I can have like a workspace area. So this is one of the ongoing challenges I have in organizing this space into a functioning studio space. Okay, let me show you a different example to kind of explain what I mean. Okay, now this little cabinet slash shelving unit has my books, some of my books there, and some of my sculptures there. Now, if I was to clean and tidy this space on, like, if I was just kind of doing a round of tidying this room, what I'd normally do is probably just take those books off the top and just probably put them somewhere so it kind of just has those books there. You know, take a cloth and just kind of clean any dirt that's on there, dust that's on there, and then I'd be done. So that's the cleaning and the tidying done, right? Now, if I actually looked at that space, I don't think it's organized well, even if I did that. And the reason being is that it would look like this. Just like that. Now, yes, I think it looks tidy and relatively clean, but it doesn't, the space is still kind of, I don't know what the word for it is, maybe it's unbalanced, because if I was to think about how I can organize that space efficiently, I would probably get rid of that empty space between this shelf and the top of those books. I might actually just move those sculptures off there completely, or maybe put sculptures that are a bit more height appropriate, so it kind of gets rid of this empty space there. So what I could potentially do is lower this shelf, or potentially I can move those sculptures off there and that frame off there, and just have one shelf here and another shelf there, and just have all books there organized neatly. And I think that that would make the space more harmonious. And that's the challenge I have in the Dutch one, is that how can I have long-term design, organized solutions, not just, you know, cleaning and tidying it in the short term. I need to think about the long term. Okay, I'm just going to try and move into the corner of this. Try not to step on it. Right. Very dark here. Right, basically that hole where there's a bit of bubble wrap is where these bloody rats or mice or whatever the hell have been coming in from. So what we have to do is basically like stuff it with some like kind of wire mesh or something until we can sort it out permanently. God, it stinks of rat piss around here, and look at all these cobwebs. Look at all that. Wish me luck. So I actually decided to take a break from that for a few days because we needed to tidy up the place and do touristy things because we had some friends over. So this is me being a tourist for the next 2-3 minutes. Enjoy.
You're ridiculous.
So after a really good week with our friends, it just started to bucket down for like 3 weeks solid. Any little reprieve from the rain, I was in the Dutch mine trying to sort things out. That's the problem with being in this bloody barn long enough, is that you'll hear noises, and I'm like just super sensitive, like, oh my god, there's more rats. It's not rats. What it is that these rose bushes have grown really tall, that they're kind of going over the roof of the barn, and it's just scraping against the metal, and that's what that noise is. I hope. Okay. Back at it today, just sorting out more stuff. I think this is like the second day or third day this week, which I've had a chance to just, spend a bit of time in while it's still light outside, finish work for the day, and I'm just kind of getting on with sorting things out. What I should have mentioned in the last video is that all this stuff here behind me are parts of a polytunnel. And quick story time. Basically, about 3 years ago, me and my wife, we were living in London, and she had two allotment plots, and she really wanted to have a polytunnel. So we bought one and put it up. It was a big ordeal to put it up. It was stressful, but the fruits of our labour paid off. We had amazing food from there, like the tomatoes that she grew, the chilies, aubergines, all this stuff was amazing. Peppers, it was amazing. But we decided to move to Wales, so we only had the polytunnel up for one season, and because of the way things worked out, we decided to take the polytunnel down. We didn't leave it there, which would have been a lot easier. So we went through a whole ordeal again of taking it apart, storing it in a shed where we lived in our last place, and we kept it, and now we've moved it over and stored it here. This is not all of it. Obviously, there's the plastic, which we kept in another bag, but we'll probably need to put new plastic over the polytunnel when we put it up one day. But most of the parts are still here, and it's been a bed for the rats to sleep in. So while I'm sorting things up in here in this studio Dutch barn place / storage for polytunnel parts and wood and everything, I'm going to try and sort through all of this and clean it up a little bit, as well as tidying it. I'm going to organise some of the poles onto that chest of drawers there for temporary, just so it's not on the floor. And yeah, here we go. So I had all the intention in the world today to wake up in the morning, sort a few things out, and then just go into this Dutch barn and just continue sorting things out, tidying up, getting the studio space ready. But I had a really bad night's sleep. Didn't get to sleep until like 1:30, and then it got to the afternoon and I was like, I can't be bothered to do anything. I'm just gonna veg out for the rest of the day, relax, watch a bit of Netflix. I watched The Sandman TV show. There's a second season of it that came out recently, so I started watching that. And of course, I couldn't stop thinking about the Dutch barn. So even though I'm tired, I thought, you know what? Screw this. Get my gloves, headphones in. You know how I do. And I thought I'd just come out and get to work. More and more holes. Thinking about it now, it makes a lot of sense that there are holes because they needed water to drain out of. I know that the previous owner had geese that he housed in this building, but if there were other animals before that he had that they used to put in here, whether it was him or the previous owner before him, they would have needed those holes for the water to drain out of. So that's 3 holes that I can count, that I can see. There may be more, but for the moment, I'm going to have to figure out a way to seal those gaps, but that'll be for another video. That's it for today, probably for this video actually. I've done enough. I'm happy with the progress that I've made. Next time I'll get these built up, these drawers built up, and fill those gaps, fill those holes. Another thing I need to think about is that. And what I'm showing is the lights. The lights are all for that middle area, but there is no light coming into this middle area. And for me to use this as a studio space, I'm going to need to sort that out. So that might not be the next video, but maybe the one afterwards. Next one, I need to figure out what I'm going to do with these holes. As far as I'm aware, there's no rats coming into the building, but I need to secure the space. Interesting stuff.